Man, I hope you guys aren't afraid of needles, because tonight this video is going to be injected with fun. Yeah, alright. Hey guys, welcome back to Tell Your Story. My name is Nason, and yes, tonight we're talking about harm reduction treatment. More specifically, we're talking about safe and clean injection sites. Let's get into it. If we do a quick Google search, we find that Google says that harm reduction is a public health approach that aims to reduce harms related to substance use. So over the past few years, maybe even the last decade, in response to, say, violence and drug addiction and the spread of HIV, the doors have really been opened for harm reduction treatment. And specifically in terms of safe injection sites, this means more distribution of clean needles and sites where people can go to actually inject themselves with illicit drugs, be it like heroin or methamphetamines. Now we know that harm reduction treatment is riddled with stereotypes today, and to be honest, safe injection sites are still illegal in a lot of states today. Critics would say that harm reduction sites actually don't stop the abuse of drugs. In fact, they more so just egg it on. They say that harm reduction sites are really just adding to people's addiction. Well, I'm going to throw a few pictures up here of what a harm reduction site might look like. And there are a few pictures here you might see that people are using drugs in facilities where they're under the supervision of someone who is watching them use the drug. Now, in some of these places, they have access to certain counselors. They also have pamphlets and things that talk about drug abuse and how to remain sober. But for the main point of this video, I would say that these places are just, open to people using drugs. Right now it seems that Canada is leading the way for safe injection sites, and their main program is under the company name Insight. Now, it's interesting what they've found so far. Over the past decade, they found that 75,000 people have injected themselves with illegal drugs under supervision, and over 3.5 million times. Now, the interesting case is that they've had 0 cases of death, and also the spread of HIV has decreased because of these locations. Now, safe injection sites also do more than just, keep the spread of HIV and prevent death. They also give people a place that's, away from, say, the police, any type of militia. If you were taking heroin or said methamphetamine, these drugs have an effect that make people very paranoid. So when they feel safe, maybe it makes them more likely to take the drug without sharpening a needle on the ground or sharing it with someone else. Now, just for a second, we wanted to take some time to thank our very first sponsor, Clean Cause. Clean Cause is on a mission to empower people to pursue their passions. Every time someone drinks a Clean Cause energy drink, they'll get about 160 milligrams of organic better caffeine to pursue their passions. And more importantly, they'll be funding sober living scholarships to empower others to pursue a life free from addiction. If you're interested in grabbing a drink from Clean Cause, look down at our affiliate link below where you can find some of the flavors that you'll enjoy. Thanks a lot. You might be wondering if they open any of these sites in the US. I did find a map that showed some locations in, say, like California, Colorado, but for the most part, the US is not taken on to this at all. I watched a TED Talk recently where a guy named Mark Tyndall recently said that the criminalization of drug use does nothing to stop people from using them. So why is it that we still see drugs as a law enforcement issue? We know that the US has a very large amount of people that are incarcerated every year into prisons and jails because of drug use. And it's in jail where people learn to be institutionalized. That's why safe injection sites are around. Supposedly, they're there to keep people from being institutionalized. They're there to change the stereotypes on the person that we call the drug addict today. Now, what I'm seeing in my own research is that these places really only mitigate more use of that drug. They're only here to stop death from overdose and the spread of certain diseases. What clean injection sites don't do is offer up an answer to the underlying problem. Most addiction starts with some form of trauma, in a past life or how someone might be feeling now about their own life. I used alcohol to numb life. I didn't like where I was or who I was. So these injection sites aren't doing anything really to help anyone. Harm reduction today is still in the infant phase, and if it were up to me, I wouldn't tell you to go, to any one of these sites. I would tell you to go seek out the help of a professional counselor or doctor to help you move into the next direction of sobriety. We've got to take care of what's in here and what's in here to become the best person that we want to be. Anyway, that's all I've got for tonight. I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.